Morning, everyone. Pastor Tim here with great thoughts about God, great living for Him. And I have a verse in James chapter 1. It's actually verse 27. And if you're watching this in the morning, I know that this verse may really awaken you and make you think. That's the whole goal and point and purpose of this. So here's the verse in James chapter 1, 27. It says, "Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this." So James is giving us a hint into what does God consider good religion? How do you know if you are really a religious person in God's eye? One that's accepted as pure and faultless. So this is a good definition. And then James defines it like this. He says it's to look after orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. So James says if you want to know if your religion is truly something that is God-honoring, you need to make sure that you are outwardly expressing love to those in distress, in particular orphans and widows. And then secondly, he says this is how to have a good and great living experience with God, is to keep yourself from compromise. And yes, that is the message that we're learning from the book of Judges, and so there's no coincidence, is to keep yourself pure, is to keep yourself undefiled from the world, is to keep yourself separate from the attitudes and convictions and path that the world takes, which is wide and accepting. And Jesus says the path to God that is pleasing to Him is narrow and only through Jesus Christ. So if you want to know if your religious activity is good and pleasing and acceptable to God, make sure that you're living it out, great practicing, and make sure that you keep yourself from defiling sin. Keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Don't let the world compromise you with its attitudes, its idea of what's right and wrong, but keep it according to God. And in doing so, you're going to have great thoughts about God, and you are going to practice great living towards Him, both today and the rest of the week. So until this weekend, when we see you at 10:30 here in person or online, have a great week. Keep those popcorn prayers going up to God, and read James 1:27 several times to internalize that message of God's greatness and our great living for Him. Until then, bye.